Hello, everyone. We're here today with Tony Uberoi. Tony, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Everything good? Keeping safe?
Of course, yes, thank you kindly.
So you've been a psychic for a long time. How
Yes.
many years has it been?
Well, you'll know my age, but it's over 4 decades.
Oh, wow. So what made you get into being a psychic?
I was a skeptic, and then it became a bit of an interest, then became a hobby, and little did I know it would become my life.
Right. I'm sure there's a story behind it.
Well, the story is that I was in my teens. I saw a first book on palmistry. I seemed to know the subject. I wanted to learn more, and I just got sucked in slowly and then moved from one subject to the other: palmistry, astrology, numerology, cards, and what have you.
Okay, so you've been doing readings both here in Canada, but also back home.
In India, yes, where
Yeah.
I'm from, correct.
Right, right. Do you have any readings that kind of stand out for you without actually mentioning people's names?
Yeah, well, I was in India once on a visit, and um, I met a gentleman. He had been struggling as a tax lawyer, and funnily, I told him to get into a business which had to do with women's products. And I'm sure he thought I was mad. But his wife said, "Well, you have struggled all this while, so maybe it's the wrong profession for you." And then he got into importing perfumes, and he became a very rich man. So it's a classic case of how our destiny wants us to do something, but we have taken the wrong route.
Okay, so these messages that you get when you're doing readings, are they like pictures that you get? How do you know what to say?
Well, I don't rely exclusively on the intuitive. Yes, I do use it in my work, but because I do astrology and numerology, so I want to calculate and be correct about it. I also look at the auras. Is the person having the energy to be able to do? I'm still taking the example of the business, right? I think it's very difficult for me to say where do I get the information from, but sometimes I'm surprised myself.
Okay, so these just kind of randomly come to you as you're doing a reading.
Yes, yes, but as I said, and I'll repeat again, I don't only rely on some whim. I want to be sure with the other modalities that I do.
So it's like combination of everything, right?
Yes, correct. More than 7, 8 different modalities.
Yeah. So if I was to come do a reading with you, what would it look like?
Well, I'll start with your face reading, see your auras, and before I've started to do all that, I've taken your date of birth and made your astrological and numerological chart so I know where your planets were at the time of your birth, what are they trying to tell you now, and also look at the cards at the end. So it's a combination, it becomes a nice little story, but I make it very simple for you to understand and also give time frames when you should do certain things, etc.
Okay. Now I know some psychics don't like you to record their readings. Do you?
Yes, I definitely give a CD of a recorded CD of the reading.
Okay, that's perfect.
Well, I want to tell you one more thing, and
Sure.
that is in today's times of COVID, where people do not want to necessarily come in person. I used to always do it on the phone, but I'm also extending the service on FaceTime, on WhatsApp videos, Skype, etc.
That's excellent. Now I'm just looking behind you. You've got quite a collection of.
Yeah, these are about a third of my collection. There are about
Wow.
200 decks, and I have bought them from all over the world. I like to be a collector, but this is my office. So in my spare time, I'm always researching on one or the other of the subjects or even these cards so that I can fine tune and get better and better.
Excellent, excellent. So these days with COVID, you're still taking clients in your office, or do you do
The
more?
odd one wants to come, especially those who know me, but a lot of them are taking it on FaceTime or WhatsApp video.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So you can do readings from a distance then.
Anywhere in the world. Yes.
Uh, Now I know you do a couple other things as well. I think we had talked about
The emotional makeover,
Right.
correct.
So tell me a little bit about that. What's involved in that?
Well, I'm a very, very sensitive person, emotionally sensitive. I think I feel more than most people. And, so, when I used to do readings in the past, I would always tell people, do something about this emotion or that emotion. And they would ask me, what? And in trying to answer what, the birth of this modality called emotional makeover was born. I've been doing this for over 25 years now, in which I help them to my clients to get rid of the emotional blocks, their difficulties, their hardships, and transform that into positive energy. It's a long session, it's a 3 hour session. And if need be, I also do a bit of the reading in it so that they know why I'm saying it. And it's a two-way thing, so they are able to share some of the things that have hurt them.
So I mean, emotions I know play a big role in people's lives. Like, but how do you help?
Transform that.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. For example, in today's world, due to COVID, there's a lot of fear, the negative emotion of fear. So fear is leading to doubt and hesitation. People are doubtful, what can we do? It's a bit of confusion, and they hesitate to do anything. So if the fear is replaced with love, then the confidence comes back and they're able to do things. It does not change what is around you, but it changes the emotional response to what you want to do.
That's excellent. It sounds like it's a very powerful session that you offer.
It is. It can be life transforming.
That's great, Tony. Thanks for all that information. So if we wanted to get a hold of you, where can we find you?
Well, people can either text me or call me on 416-829-5750, or they can go on my website, tonyuberoi.com, TonyUberoi.com.
That's excellent, Tony. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.